Hello to my wonderful people. How you doing today? We crap, I messed this up. Well, doesn't matter. So, today we are going to start the germination of my bean plants and many other plants. So, as you guys may not know, since I'm new to YouTube, I like growing stuff. Lots of stuff. Or I tried to. And last year was like a big failure. I didn't know what I was doing, how I was doing it, nor did I have the funds. I now have the funds. I have a job, and now I want to put my money towards half this stuff, which means we're gonna start growing this stuff. We're also gonna grow this stuff. We're also gonna grow some native Texan flowers, like Leatrice. Now, the first things first on the realist, for the beans, we actually have to soak them in some water. So we're gonna try and find a container and just put the amount that we need in there, which I think I have that written down. I do have it written down. So, for the beans, we have purple whole beans. We have these pinto beans, black beans, asparagus, blue lake beans, which is just green beans, obviously, and sugar daddy peas. All these are over here. These are the purple whole beans. They just they come in like a purple. I don't really know what they call them. Something. But yeah, all that stuff we're gonna do 15, 15, 5 asparagus beans because I don't even know what they are. But I do know we will eat all this stuff. So we're gonna grow a lot of this. And I have them all labeled when they get harvested and all that stuff. Same thing for the veggies and for all the other root veggies. And this is all the stuff I'm going to be growing in January. So all this is for January. And then we also have this one. These are all for the flowers. These are all the Texan flowers and all the other flowers that we are going to grow as well. All this stuff is relative, and hopefully this all works out. This is only the first batch of many. We have like 2 or 3 more batches that we're going to have to start growing February and in March. That's so it can be like, a whole, like, okay, this section has gotten the 30-day start, and then they have theirs, and then they have theirs. Each and every one of them has their own little sections. We're trying to make this make sense. I don't want this to be difficult. If this is difficult, I will scream. Ah. 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 Anywho, I'm gonna head downstairs and go get a container and put all the beans in there because they have to soak. You have to soak the beans, so that's going to be easier to germinate. Is that a smart idea to have them all in one container? Maybe not. Do I have the money to go buy more containers? Yes. Do I want to? No. Why? I'm too lazy to go to the store. So we're just going to put them all in one container, and we're going to try and hopefully remember that they are all labeled in certain ways. I will get multiple containers. Okay, I'm not that stupid. Alright, I got all the beans now all sorted and ready to be soaked. Not gonna lie to you, I forgot what I was gonna say right there and then. I think that's all I had planned. Alright, I got the beans all soaked. Yes, they are mixed up, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter because you can actually tell the difference between all the beans. Each and every last one of these things actually look very interesting, very special. I got the numbers in there, okay? I know the numbers that are in there, so all I gotta do is just double check later on once I wake up. I'm gonna go right, I'm legit just going to see. The instructions said to soak them overnight. So I'm soaking them overnight, and then once I wake up, they should be good to sow. Alrighty then, let's place this whole thing of water right next to my expensive equipment. That does not sound like a dumb idea at all. No, I'm just playing with you. I'm putting them over here where everything else is at. That isn't expensive. Mostly just all the other seeds. So this is essentially my planting area. Boom shakalaka. I'll see y'all guys whenever I wake up. And also, all y'all guys, they're going to be going into small little containers. I think I showed you guys that. But they're all going to be going to small little growing cells. I'll just show you whenever we get there. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys this. A rotten tomato. Now, y'all guys might think, hey, Krabby Red, you're touching a rotten tomato. That's bad. No, it's a good thing. I want this thing to rot. Because here's the thing. We ate a lot of tomatoes this year. But I wanted to extract some seeds from one of them. But I didn't really want to think, oh, no, I have to eat one and then do this or that. So I purposely got the smallest tomato that we had. Let it rot. And I only let the top rot. That's so the bottom I'm going to cut off most of this rotted area, put into the compost pile. Then we're going to take all the seeds, and then the rest of the discarded skin and the flesh, we put that into the compost pile as well. Get the nutrients, and we can use that same nutrients for the tomatoes for next season. Now, I'm not really sure how many seeds we're going to get from this thing, but seeing from its size and also from its beauty, I think we're going to get a good harvest from it. Gonna place you right next to everything else. Is that a bad idea? Actually, it's not, surprisingly enough. This is my planting area. This is where all my seeds and plants are all. I also have like a small little chip box of seeds in here as well. Just a bunch of them. And there's also 2 more boxes of seeds downstairs. We just got like a big box of just seeds that we collect throughout the years. And essentially, if the apocalypse was to happen, guess what? We are safe. Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see y'all guys whenever I wake up. I'm not gonna say the morning because my morning is y'all guys' night. Morning. I've just woken up, and as you can see, these beans have grown. A lot, actually. They've gotten a lot bigger. Like, very, very big. They feel soft. That's, like, very soft, too. But it seems like these are the ones that we are going to use to grow all the beans. Oopsies. It's filled with water. Well, I'm just gonna flush this water down this field it. And we're gonna repurpose it because I need this thing for this stuff. And then we got the soil right here. This is what we running with paper, not paper towel. This thing, some seed starting mix. I'm doing laundry at the moment, so you're gonna see clothes on the floor and seeds. See, this one that's floating will not be used because it means that it's a dead seed. Most of the ones that are like this are already like big and plump and ready to be planted. This one is very, very shitty. We also got the tomato. We're gonna get the seeds from here. We're not gonna plant these yet. The seeds that we get from this thing are gonna be rinsed out, and then they are going to be put into a plastic bag. And then sometime around February, we are going to take the seeds and plant them again. In the same setup over here. This setup's not the best setup, but hey, it's better than nothing. Because if it was nothing, that means it would be nothing. That makes no sense, but trust me, it makes a lot of sense once you actually think about it. Alright, so we are all set up for actually getting this whole thing started. And this is where the seeds are going to start on. I was going to do this big one, but then I thought to myself, this is a lot. Actually, these things are huge. And I want to actually have each individual cell in each individual seed to have its own way to grow that, so its roots are not that hard to disassemble, and so its roots can be everywhere, and so it can grow properly. And this includes, the flowers. So one side's going to be mostly for, or I'm going to try. I'm going to try and do one side mostly for flowers and and one side that's just for all the vegetables, because I want the vegetables to have their own cells, because you have to plant them individually. Flowers, on the other hand, these are all wild flowers. They're all Texan wild flowers, which means they're more or less used to being bunched up. Anyway, let's get this party started. Let's actually put the soil on the mat, on my towels, so I don't actually get dirt everywhere. I hope y'all guys can see me. I'm not really sure if you can, but if you can, hi. How are you? Alright.
Past time on the main road. Say I took you to the down low. Now you seen the signs are in the water, so I took it real slow. Know you wonder why I go so low. But you wore down, you got high hopes. And even in the night, I can see it's bright, shine across the light. And when we see the purple hour, we know it's getting close to 9. And when we see the time to shower, we know it's past our time. Cause in the night, we know it's time to get it right. Don't wanna lose you overnight, cause then we'll know how it goes. Enjoy the show. You took my heart to highs shock, the sunrise give away to the dawn above. Yeah, tell me if I'm right or not, but I'm going out there till the music stops. Yeah, just saying, I always wanna shine this way.
Well then, now we're going to get started with the next ones, and that is the hardy vegetables that you can grow throughout the winter. Usually you're supposed to start growing these things at the start of spring. Spring's not here yet, but we live in Texas, which means after January, mid-February, by the end of February it's going to be decently warm, like 60, 70 degrees. So we gotta get these things germinated now, because we have a very long growing season, all the way up until from the last frost was like about December 1st or December 2nd. So we literally have a very long growing season. Even throughout the summer you can still grow stuff, and that's gonna be the hard, the hot stuff, the stuff that can withstand the heat. But yeah, let's get started.
Let's say goodbye. Another chapter filled with greetings in the light. Give my heart so it can burn it through the night. I wonder why I'm so addicted to your light. So take your time, 'cause when you're gone, let's say I can't let it, I can't let it go. My life's straight when you're not with me now. I'm just saying that I'm blind on my own. I'm still waiting 'cause I can't let you go. I can't let it, I can't let it go. I can't let it, I can't let it go. I can't let it, I can't let it go. I can't let it, I can't let it go.
Alright. So I finally got all the flowers in and all the lettuce, and essentially I got everything else in. So now all we gotta do is just water them all down and see what happens. Never know. Alright, let's look at the plants. Alright, so as you can see, these are all the plants that we have in here. All the way back there we got some, ooh! Why is he doing that? Alright, anyway. Got some yellow onions, got some red onions. I don't know if I read them all, but if we zoom in just a little bit, as you can see, we got the broccolis, the two broccolis over there. Oop. Spinach, that's gonna happen. Honestly, just let it happen. Let it happen. Let it happen. So this is the veg side. This is the native flower side. Now we're gonna be adding more flowers, but that's after all of this and all of this starts to germinate and gets to a certain point where I can translate them into red cups or into something like this. By the time that happens, that's gonna be like in 2 weeks, which I get paid next week, and I also get paid 2 weeks after that. So that means I'll be able to save up some money and also buy more soil. And by the time it gets to March, all this stuff should be in small little pots. Onions should be ready. We grow onions from seed because I am too lazy to go to the nursery and buy bulbs that have the green onion, you know. And then down here we have, I'm letting these all die so I can get their seeds. So seeds. These are gonna die as well, but I might actually save them. This one I really need to transplant. It's growing, but it's not growing enough. This is sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes don't really need that much sunlight, since, you know, the ones down here barely have any sunlight, and yet here's what they look like. They got vines growing everywhere. One of them is growing on here. I'm going to clip this again and then put it into one of these red cups again. This is the avocado plant. Yeah, and I understand y'all guys are worried that like the ones at the bottom aren't getting enough sunlight, but honestly, all I have to do is just move these guys over, and they get, you know, the light. Or I can open up the window, and it'll be fine. The flowers back there, the zinnias. Right there, some toothache. I'm letting them seed. Those right there, letting these guys seed. I want them to die. That so we can get the seeds from them, because the seeds are actually very nice. I have some up here drying as we speak. That one's a sweet pepper. We're gonna let that die because we're gonna get a bunch more. Same thing with this one. This is also a toothache. We're gonna let this die, flower up, die, and then we're gonna take the seeds from there. This one's the big toothache one. This one we're going to let live, and then once it starts getting a little bit warmer, then we're gonna take it outside. Same thing goes for all these other plants. Sweet potatoes, obviously we're gonna keep on clipping them until I feel like they don't need to be clipped no more. We want a lot of sweet potato plants, and when we go to the nursery, we're gonna get a lot more potatoes. I'll show y'all guys that later on in future episodes when we go to the nursery. This one is also a lemon plant. Actually, no, this is a lime. That one's also a lime. You know, gotta get the leaves. This one right here is a pepper plant. And yeah, this is all what we got. This is the setup. These are the beans, labeled and ready to go. Right now it's just very condensated in there. In about a week or two, these things should already be sprouting up, in which then we can transplant them into red cups. And then once they're transplanted into red cups, buy this soil. So this soil has barely no nutrients, but it's a great medium for them to like establish their roots. And then once they're transplanted into something like this big or into something like this, then we can add some more nutrients like blood meal, bone meal, and a bunch of other stuff that's going to be very beneficial for them. But yeah, this is the setup we got. I know I'm not a plant channel, but like I said, I want to share, well, not really everything that I do, but I do want to share like some of the stuff that I do. But I do want to share some of the stuff that I do, and y'all guys can see the growth. And you know, the main purpose of me doing all this is actually because I'm going to Japan in September. No, I'm going to Japan, and yeah, from September to October, or it's from October to November. Regardless, we're going to Japan, and I kind of want to document from now all the way up to Japan to see how much I've grown, and then after that, we're gonna be traveling, you know, either across the world or across the country, or maybe even taking care of my plants. But yeah. But in all honesty, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up there. And there's nothing else I can really show y'all guys or really present to y'all guys. You know, I did my hair, I did my laundry finally, so now my laundry basket is actually empty. Yeah, so I got everything ready. I'm going to play some games or make some music or whatever, and I'll see y'all guys in the next episode. I don't know what it's gonna happen in the future, but whatever the future holds, may y'all let it happen. Goodbye.